All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I'm sorry, I forgot to unmute the mic. We're back with the third game of the night, which is going to be TGFP versus our ASCII boys, otherwise known as left parentheses, hyphen, right bracket, comma, apostrophe, equal sign. They're already in champs, or they're not already in champs, but they're in the game lobby. We got two exciting teams, a lot of returning players, actually. Key people on these teams to keep in mind. Daniel Ragnar used to previously be on the Gold League of Legends team and also played in BuffLOL last season. Alex Flame, one of the directors here at CU Gaming, has tried out multiple times and been a big figure. Dunkdog has also been in BuffLOL before. And then on the side of TGFP, we have Bob4131, who has been here since the beginning as well. Resting that, been here as well, and then but also quite a new few players, which is awesome. So I think we'll go ahead and get a champ select here. And they are going to start.
Well, hello. So, if you haven't been keeping up with BuffLOL for the past couple of years like I have, you'd recognize Team Good Farming Practice as a returning team name. We saw them a couple years ago. If I remember correctly, they were one of the medium of the pack's teams, so I think this year, Team Good Farming Practice is looking to redeem their name.
I think they did go, if I remember correctly, I think they did go all the way to, I think they got like third or fourth place in BuffLOL last season. The first season they were middle of the pack as well. So we do have the Scion coming out for the band. Obviously getting that champion out of here.
Yep,
I do want to point out some very interesting names here. Exploder we've seen in the past, but we do have Jarigami in the mid lane. And then just V, straight V in the bot lane. But also, my new favorite name in the top lane for our...
Bofi.
Well, is it Wofi Bofi or is it Wolf Bof?
It's Wofi Bofi.
Wofi Bofi?
It's gotta be Wofi
Okay,
Bofi.
he's also in the Punis Club. And then we have Ragnar the Sexy, I'm Flame, UOL Novatera, who we'll probably just call Nova. And then Sun is Chicken also returning. That's a Dunkdog, I think. So Sun is Chicken returning... from past seasons, the Yi band coming out. I guess that's Exploders. I can hand on Tom Kench band, a band that I can agree with.
Always ban Tom
always
Kench.
ban Tom Kench.
That champion basically says, listen, I don't want the bot lane to be exciting. I just want to sit back, eat my 80 carry if anything happens, and run away.
Exactly. And that's honestly what we should expect. Let's see what the first pick is here. The Gragas band, so 3 jungle bands coming out from the side of our ASCII boys.
Targeting Exploder.
Yeah, so, and I don't know, again, I know some of the ranks of some of these players, but we're intentionally keeping it blind until later in the season. But the Galio first pick, I'm guessing that's going to be probably for Yarigami. Galio blind pick is a little bit questionable, especially into something like a LeBlanc or like a Cassidon, or even like a Wofi Bofi. What is he gonna pick? I think it's a Wofi Bof.
I think it's Wofi Bofi.
I'm gonna pronounce it Wof Bof.
I'm gonna pronounce it Wofi Bofi.
Okay, and then he'll let us know how he wants us to pronounce it. Braum first pick is something I can agree with.
It's a classic first pick.
Yeah,
it's very safe.
Very safe.
Very hard to counter in lane.
Yeah, I honestly think like the only thing that really can counter it is like Brand, but who's gonna play Brand support?
Who's gonna
play
Brand?
Exactly. I also think Bob plays a lot of Braum, and then Ragnar the Sexy picking out the Xin Zhao, taking a name from Storm Thrusts, the original jungler for the Gold Team's book, now named actually Xin Zhao. Xin Zhao One Trick. So Ragnar gonna pick that one up. Not picking up his classic
Kaisa.
Singe, but yeah, the Kaisa there for
very, very strong.
Yeah,
pick.
Kaisa Galio. This looks like a
protect the Kaisa comp.
It looks like a CU Boulder ULOL comp with Conda loving that champion. But we'll have to see what they're going to pick up here. I think a support pick here is probably best. Against that Xin Zhao, I think something along the lines of Thresh. I think Bob plays a lot of Blitz, actually.
Oh, and the Zillion.
But the
we have
Zillion
Galio,
as well.
Zillion, Kaisa.
These are some classic competitive picks coming out from TGFP.
That is a very scary comp to play against.
Yeah, those first 3, I mean, even if it's Zillion in the mid lane, I also like they're doing the flex. Is it Zillion in mid lane? Is it Galio top lane? Is it Zillion support? Is it Galio mid? Where is it going to be? And I think picking up the AD carry here for the ASCII boys, Nova, what are you going to want? going to be the Xayah.
How does Xayah do into the Kai'Sa pick?
I think Xayah Braum is actually a pretty strong lane, but I don't know. It matters the support for Kai'Sa. Kai'Sa is just an annoying laner in general, but honestly, Braum is pretty good into her. We'll have to see what they decide to ban here. I think banning out, honestly, more junglers is probably their best bet since they don't really know where things are going unless there's something that they're particularly scared of from arresting that. So Lee Sin coming out as well.
Bans.
I think arresting that plays Gnar. I'm trying to think about what he played previously. I feel like it was Gnar, but there might be something else that he plays. But
they're really shortening the pool for Exploder in the jungle. They're kind of looking to
the Singed Man coming out as well. Yeah,
they're kind of looking to make sure that Exploder's not going to have a good time this game.
Yeah, and I mean that's fine. I mean it's okay to do 5 bans, but it'll definitely be something that we look at on the side of the ASCII boys. Like if they lose this game, was banning out 5 junglers the correct decision, especially something like Yi. In a Kane going out as well. In a competitive team, I feel like the Yi doesn't really need a ban. He's not. Especially versus a Braum.
You should be coordinated enough that when the Master Yi goes in, immediately he dies.
I say the Kane as well. I think they could have banned those first 3. I think all 3, the Graves, Lee Sin, and the Gragas are warranted bans. I honestly think they could have banned some stuff out from arresting that's there. So Zoe, good ban there. Last ban, Flame, is a Zoe 1-trick, so not going to be able to get his hands on his favorite champ. I was actually questioning whether or not they were going to first pick that, since it is kind of his favorite champ. But maybe going for something along the lines of going for something along the lines of an Ahri. That's his next favorite champion, so going to go ahead and pick that one up. A good line pick as well into maybe this Zilean
Ahri
going bot.
Ahri is very good into Zilean, isn't she?
How
do assassins do into Zilean? Because I'm not very familiar with the matchup.
I think it's pretty good. I think Max isn't watching anymore, but I think it's okay because the Ahri just has the movement speed in her kit, and at least she does, right? Her on her W.
Yeah.
So she's able to dodge bombs pretty effectively, and also can go boots early since she has mana regen in her kit as well as health regen. So I think it'll be interesting. The Nocturne coming out as well, good jungle pick. Honestly, it did fantastic in the last game, and I think, especially in that comp, it can do relatively well.
Yeah, I think Nocturne works really, really well with Galio, Zilean, and even Kai'Sa.
Okay, so it is going to be the Zilean in the mid and Galio top, and this Blitzcrank coming out. This is what I expected. The Blitzcrank coming out from Bob, one of his favorite champions, and now it's not necessarily that great into that team comp. Pulling in the Braum, not the best idea. Pulling in the Xin not the best idea. Ahri can get away, Xayah can get away, and Gnar, not the best idea as well. But it is his favorite champ.
I just feel like Blitzcrank doesn't fit well with the comp that they were going for. With the Galio, with the Kai'Sa, with the Zilean, with the Nocturne.
Yeah, but I think it might have been a fault of the pick order. I think they probably went into it knowing that Arrestinat would be playing Galio. And so, I mean, maybe something on like an Alistar would have been better. Something that was big and tankier. Or Thresh.
Even
I think would have been better. But the Blitz is a cool pick, and it is something that he's whipped out in the past. But we'll have to see if he's able to. I mean, that's a strong lane, honestly. Kai'Sa Blitz is a pretty strong lane, but I think that with proper play, the Xayah Braum can outplay that.
So on the side of team good farming practices, I think their win condition is pretty obvious. Get the Kai'Sa to the point where she cannot die.
Yeah.
And Kai'Sa can do that. If Kai'Sa gets ahead 2 kills, even 3 kills, she gets to the point where she's so unreasonable with the amount of damage that she does that even with good coordination, it's hard to take her down.
Well, she's not even going to die at level 6 because Zilean's just going to continuously save ult for her. So they're going to be able to make pressure all around the map with her. In terms of, on the ASCII boys side, I think this is a traditional teamfight comp. Also could potentially be a 1-3-1 comp with the Gnar and Ahri split pushing.
Yes. With the Gnar Galio lane, if the Gnar can space out his auto attacks, can outrange the Galio at all points, the Galio doesn't have a lot of options.
Yeah, the Galio top is a little bit weird. Usually you want to put Galio mid because of the ult potential from that. I think if it without knowing the restrictions of the champ pool, I think putting the Galio mid, the Zilean bot, and then putting something honestly like a Cho'Gath or like a Scion was banned. A big tank in the top lane would have been best.
Like Ornn.
Ornn, that's
Ornn
a
would have
good
been
one.
perfect.
Actually, Ornn would have been really good on this team. Yeah. So and I especially with that Zilean, like I think, but maybe Bob doesn't play Zilean support. Maybe Restingant doesn't play anything other than this Galio. Or maybe Jiragami doesn't play Galio. So it's the restriction of the champ pools, but that would have been the ideal case, I think. In terms of the ASCII boys, I think, yeah, their win condition is kind of just stalling out. They do have champion. They have like Xayah scales really well, as well as Nara scales pretty well. The Xin Zhao will start to fall off later into the game. The Ahri will continuously be pretty powerful throughout the game. I think what's interesting about all of their picks is that they do kind of have a power curve that is generally constant throughout the game, except for the Xin Zhao. Mm-hmm. While on the side of TGFP, you definitely have again that Kai'Sa who kind of starts pretty weak and then gets to that crazy scaling pick. Galio it starts off pretty good and kind of lulls in the mid game and then just has that crazy potential for the taunts. But then this Nocturne and Nocturne will be weak early game and probably won't have a lot of presence before level 6. But I think if he can pull off the same thing that gosh, I can't even remember the name. We just casted this game, but the Nocturne did in the last game.
The Pickle Rick versus the Legal.
Yeah, Pickle Rick, but whatever the name was for of the Nocturne. So, past that, I'm excited to see Bob bringing out this Blitzcrank and see how that one's going to go. But that is basically it for this comp.
What I want to see on the side of the ASCII boys is the Xin Zhao really abusing his early game. Mm-hmm. I want him to go bot and just say to Kai'Sa, no, I'm not going to let this team comp happen. Mm-hmm. I'm just going to shut you down before it can even come online. Yeah,
and I think if the Xayah Braum can find multiple kills in lane, I think that will be the best kind of kickoff point for the ASCII boys to take over the game. So we are going to go ahead and get in the game here.
And for the final time, we will advertise our sponsor, League of Legends. Thank you to our League of Legends overlords.
Yes. Cool.
All right. Once again, the skin game. We have the wrestling skin on Braum, which I quite enjoy, and also the Star Guardian Ahri.
We have Lancer Rogue Blitzcrank.
Lancer Rogue
Blitzcrank. That is a skin that I actually don't own.
We're seeing some kind of unique skins.
Actually, Enchanted Galio,
Old Saint Zilean,
Angel Kai'Sa.
I'd say just for Old Saint Zilean, the skin game goes to team good farming practices.
Yeah, I agree. And I mean the Star Guardian Ahri, like really lame. Like, come on, like, you could have picked a better Ahri skin. But I like the Braum skin, but I think TGFP definitely winning out on this one. So,
All right. In terms of early level 1 invades, what are you thinking of for this team? I don't see much potential on this team good farming.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly think the level 1 from ASCII boys is pretty good. Since they have that Braum, and I think Xin Zhao's level 1 is pretty good as well. But and I mean, honestly, Nara's level 1 isn't that bad as well with the slow built into the kit.
It's okay. I guess if Xin Zhao takes the dash slow first, it's not too bad. But does that mess up his clear?
I have no idea.
I also have no idea.
I think he starts W. Isn't W the
slat?
Is that Q? No, Q
is the pa.
Yeah, and then W is the slash. Yeah. So, okay.
Champ Select's taking an extraordinarily long amount of time. We see Jiragami still at 90%, and I don't know if that's his fault or our fault, but still just an unacceptable amount of time to load into the game. You're wasting so many resources, you're wasting so much time you could be doing other things, like farming a lane, pushing a side lane, maybe, clearing some wards. So I don't know what's going through Jiragami's head right now. Really, he could be playing this a lot better.
I agree. Sorry, I'm moving some things around right now. I'm sorry if you can hear that. Ugh.
We're saying we actually have a defense for Flame in the chat.
Oh, what did you say?
We have nothing wrong with weeb skins.
Oh, okay. I mean, I agree with that to a point. I think no, there are some things wrong with weeb skins. I think that I know that Ari has like 20 different skins, but I don't think I could name another Ari skin.
Foxfire Ari.
That is a good one.
Popstar Ari.
I don't like Popstar.
Popstar Ari is a little pandering.
Yeah, that is a little bit pandering as well. So
is everything okay with this game? I feel like
I can go check.
I feel like we should have been loaded in by now.
I can go check. May need to reconnect to the game really fast.
Alright, we have a little bit of a problem on our end. We're going to try to reconnect to the game real quick. Hopefully we haven't missed too much. In terms of Gnar skins, I'm pretty disappointed that that we're not seeing a Gnar pop out, you know? Because Gnar has a lot of good skins. You get El Tigre Gnar, you have Dino Gnar, you have... Oh, and here we go into the game. Looks like we didn't miss too much. Doesn't look like there were any early invades. We have a lot of mastery spam on the side of the ASCII boys.
So I think we did see a 5-man invade there. We weren't able to quite get it in the spectator, but I think we did see a 5-man invade there from TGFP, but the ASCII boys actually made a smart decision and just sat in the wolf camp and watched them walk by. So they know that they'll be standing on top of a ward right now. It'll be interesting to see if Bob decides to go for any sort of steal.
It just looks like a standard start,
yeah.
As we've seen in all these games.
In terms of itemization, you know, the corrupting pot going early for Flame. You have perfect timing onto your Gami for that stopwatch.
Does Zillion is Zillion able to take corrupting potion? I actually got to take a call. I'll be right back.
Okay. I think he might be able to take the corrupting potion. But I think it's a little bit questionable that he doesn't have the dematerializer for the wave clear. Oh, there's no game sounds. Wait. Are there no game sounds? There should be game sounds. Oh, okay. There we go. Sorry about that. Yeah, generally, not having the dematerializer for the wave clear, I don't think it just means that his bombs aren't going to be able to clear the wave as fast as possible, basically. Yeah, I went ahead and turned it up. Let me know if that's okay. I can turn it up more if you would like. Looks like we are going to have the red buff steal coming out from Exploder. It looks like he went red buff to Scuttle to red buff. So, I think that's going to be it. So, an early advantage there from Exploder is now going to take his blue buff. So, the early pressure there from the Zillion and the Ari and Ragnar going for the 3 camp means that Exploder is going to find the early lead. Okay, I can turn it back up. Alright. Past that, not a lot of aggression in this early game so far. Obviously, it's only 3 minutes into the game. But you have Bob going for those biscuits, so can look for a lot of trades in the early game. Wofi having quite the game up in this top lane. Finding quite a lot of trades here. And I think Wofi wins this one, purely because of the range advantage. Looks like Ragnar is going to walk in there and let his presence be known in this top lane. The Fire Drake early is going to probably be a priority for the rest of the teams, but not quite so far. So I have Exploder sneaking in here. Might try to land the taunt. There's going to be a taunt missing. Then nice jump in there straight into Exploder.
Oh,
there.
first blood does the Gnar.
Does go off from the Gnar. Welcome back, Xander TV.
I'm resting that still had flash there.
Yeah, I think resting that underestimated the damage coming out from Wolfie, but I think that was a pretty good setup from Exploder getting into that bush. It was a little bit over aggressive. So a good trade there, 1-for-1, and the instant TP's back. A first item, Merc Boots from Wolfie. It's a little bit questionable. It's okay.
Against their team, it's not horrible. But I'd like to see the Gnar go for a more aggressive early. Try to get that Phage. Try to harass Galio out of lane even more than Gnar already can.
Well, I also am questioning this Chain Vest. I'm trying to think about what this Chain Vest is going to go into. Galio?
I think Galio's first item, without a doubt, is going to be Ninja Tabbies.
But isn't it usually Rod?
It could be Rod, or it could be Ninja Tabbies, and this is an especially bad matchup for Galio. Yeah. I don't think Ninja Tabbies is such a bad idea because it shuts down a lot of the potential Gnar has to harass him.
Yeah, but the Ninja Tabbies are good, but he has a Chain Vest.
Yeah, he has a Chain Vest.
So that's what I'm saying. Is I'm trying to think about what is Chain Vest built into?
On
gargoyles?
A gargoyle for a gargoyle.
Okay. Other than that, we do have the skirmishers picked up for both of the junglers, so going to be able to get those smites out during one-on-one fights. Again, pretty safe early game. Both of the melee supports taking biscuits, and so knowing this is basically what the Gnar should be doing. And I think if he had that Phage, yeah, it would have been it'd be a lot easier. And I mean, with Nocturne being bot side, it's going to mean that the Gnar can do it now. Galio's doing a good job keeping up in the farm. I mean, he isn't really missing anything right now. And in fact, he's a little bit ahead in that wave. So,
all you top laners out there, if you're against a heavy auto attack champion like Gnar, a lot of the time, if you're losing the lane, tap eyes are going to be the best option. Yeah, and there's no doubt about that.
The Lost Chapter picked up for Flame in the mid lane, just allowing for that sustain. But again, as we said, like, both of these teams really want to scale, and I mean, Nocturne wants to hit level 6, and already actually have pressure on the map for level 6. So I don't think we're really going to see anything probably until 10 minutes. I think it would be possible for this really Tunnel Dragon to be stolen by either jungler. But right now, okay, a nice flash ultimate there.
What is Xin
taking a little bit of time to react to that one.
Should be a dead
but
Galio.
yeah, it should be a dead Galio there. We'll both be picking up that one. But Ragnar, a little bit of brain lag there.
I don't want to think of it. I think it wasn't brain lag. I think it was disrespect on the side.
Disrespect, or maybe watching some other part of the map. But a good flash ult there from Wolf. Maybe we should start calling him Woke
Bofy. Woke Buff, am I right? Woke Buffet.
Yeah, Woke Buffet. So, a second kill being picked up for Wolfie Buffet in the top lane. It looks like now the Galio is going to look at Ninja Tabby.
Yeah.
But
he could have picked that up a lot earlier.
Yeah, I agree. And it looks like it's going to be or not
He's actually going to go for the, that's there. Ara is going to be going for the Blade of the Rune. Ooh, which is very good into people who decide to build alt tanks. And basically restricts the Gnar to pushing a lane all the way.
Yeah. I mean, we did see the Bob landing a hook there onto Nova, having to blow her flash, but Bob also blowing Ignite, so he might be watching the stream. That's true. There's no rule against watching the stream. There is a 3-minute delay. Maybe there should be more than a 3-minute delay. We'll consider that in the future. I know that Dave was watching the stream throughout his game. So again, we're about to hit 10 minutes, and I think this is when we're going to start to see some stuff going on.
Gnar should definitely punish Galio a lot harder than he did.
Yeah, and I mean, but he's still getting the punish off, and is 17 CS up, and now with the boots, and then also having a little bit of this AD coming out from the longsword and the scepter, he's going to be able to pressure him hard. I will be interested to see where it's first. I don't think they can actually pull this Gnar. with the CC reduction. I mean, they might just try it right here.
If they can find Gnar in mini, like he's right now,
Yeah.
he's very vulnerable. That was a beautiful drone cancel. I'm not sure about that ultimate. I think Gnar might be able to make it out.
Yeah, he is. Oh, that is going to be the red buff, but Zindao not able to do that one. I do agree the cancel there. Oh, Zindao is going to be able to go in. He does have his ultimate. He does flash out. I think he could have just ulted there instead of flashing out. I think might have been able to do that. That should have been something that Wolfbo should have expected, probably, from this Nocturne out of he's level 6. And look for some wards on the side, on that blue side to make sure that he's getting ganked.
Oh, that was a very good double.
Yeah, he's out of mana though. And I mean, the Ignite does come down from both mid laners. It's going to tick down on Flame. I don't think that's going to kill him though. And actually, it didn't take out Yarigami either. And Yarigami got actually a lot lower. So, pretty even trade there. One more auto from either one of them would have killed them. But
you got to remember the Zillion still has buffs.
That's true. Well, Zillion didn't have mana.
That's true. I don't think Zillion would have been able to ult.
Maybe.
I don't know which mid laner it's more worth it, but I'd like to think it's the Ahri.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the Ahri just continues to get that, again, I mean, the Braum doesn't happen. W.
Yeah, we've seen the power of Braum here.
Yeah.
Even getting hooks. Chunks him a little bit. It doesn't do a lot.
These pink wards on this bot lane and this mid lane. There's going to be the Gnar ultimate, finding quite a bit of damage onto this Galio.
The Gnar ultimate direction was a little bit incorrect.
Yeah.
If he had done it backwards or sideways into the wall, he would have gotten a lot more damage off of that. And even that small amount more of damage would have meant that Galio couldn't defend the tower at all.
Yeah. It does look like they're going to, they just cleared out some vision on the Infernal Dragon. So we might start to see a fight. Both top laners do have teleport. I think the damage that Wolfbo just put onto the Galio and actually is going to cancel his back, or at least pressure him enough to cancel his back, means that Wolfbo, or Resting is probably going to have to TP back to the top lane. Applying quite a bit of damage. I'd really like to see Ahri come up here. This is something that it was apparent in the last game. We didn't have such a winning top laner. They're going to try to go for a dive here. He does...
jumps a little bit too far.
He is going to get on the... it's going to be punished by the Nocturne. And I mean, yeah, this is something that was apparent in the last game. They aren't going to be able to get the Infernal Dragon off of this. It's not a bad trade. I think he definitely can, especially since... yeah, it was just a mechanical... mechanical misplay. Yeah, they are going to go on this, so it's about to open the wall. He's not opening down, and we turn it on. Looks great there with Rommel down. And Ahri is going to be moving forward through the flash, and now Nocturne is here, but Flame is over the wall, but it's going to have to flash over. So, pretty even trade there, actually, from both sides. But the Infernal Dragon does get picked up from left parentheses hyphen right bracket comma apostrophe equal sign in that. So
from Wofi Bofi, I think there was a little bit of a communication error because he knows that his team wants to get the Infernal, right? He knows that he has the advantage over the Galio. Yeah. So in that situation, all he has to do is make sure that his teleport is going to be more useful than the Galio.
Yeah, and I even think he didn't even need to go for the dive. I mean, I think he could have just pressured the tower. He's pressuring the tower now, actually gets first turret because of it. He is going to be going Bork first item on the Gnar. Again, as Xander was talking about earlier, he's going for a split push build. It will be interesting to see if he goes for like or maybe we're just going straight into tank. But again, they have that 1v1 potential, and honestly, I kind of like this split push build versus
yeah, and this team fight comp with the Galio, with the Nocturne, with the Zillion, with the Kaisa. If you can manage to stick R in a side lane and then pressure the other side lanes at the same time, it's very good for your team because they'll never be able to find that full fight. And separate, the team is going to be much weaker than they are together.
Yeah, and I mean, I think the main thing that we haven't seen so far is we haven't really seen anything from the BuffLOL lane. We thought kind of back and forth, but nothing meaning a kill. And I think with some more aggressive trading on the side of V, they probably might have been able to get something there. 3 kills for Exploder on this Nocturne, all 3 of them on his top lane. We're going to see the Rift down, our first Rift will be higher fight. But yeah, I mean,
I think that Herald Who did they give it to? They gave it to the
They gave it to
Shinzo.
Zen. They should have given it to Gnar.
I think on the Gnar it would be more effective, but you got to make sure that you can ward the Gnar, that he won't continuously get ganked by the Gnar.
I honestly think they should limb swap. I think Gnar should be top right now.
Yeah, I agree with that. Especially,
Okay. Nice combo there from
coming out
Flame. Going to have to forcing the Zillion to pop the ultimate. Zillion got a mana. And what's nice kind of about this is now that the Ahri has the launch chapter, it has the ability.
It has the blue buff.
Yeah, it has the blue buff. It means that he can continuously push this in, and Zillion doesn't have the mana regen right now to be able to do that. To be able to kind of answer that. I definitely think. Okay, so they are gonna put. This is pretty good actually. I don't know if they saw Nocturne backing, but they put the Root Trail down right as Nocturne was able to back, and when they knew they had the advantage. They are going to be moving on to this great stopwatch there, and that is going to be the punish there from Exploder. Trying to get in onto Flame. Can Flame make this out? This might be the fifth kill, or the fourth kill onto Exploder. Great return kill there, and again, I think this is the same thing that happened in the top lane. You don't have to kill them. Just take the tower. Like you can pressure off that Zillion. And, I mean, you want to go for that kill, but taking the tower is so much better. Eventually,
so much
they do eventually get the tower, but you gave up 2 kills for a tower, which means you're giving up all of that gold and all of that potential. Yeah, I think Gnar should be bot here. He is rotating to the mid lane to be able to pick up mid CS.
That's fine, but
He's
actually got an aggressive Gnar.
Yeah, they know that he doesn't have any flash after this, so I think he might be able to take this one down if he is able to get away from the paranoia. Isn't able to land the boomerang. Pretty good play there from Exploder.
I think Gnar
should have been able to keep
close.
it. Yeah, he should have been able to keep his distance. I don't think he had. He didn't have a ward to be able to put inside that bush. So he had to face check the bush. Here comes the hook. It does miss. Nice sidestep there from Boulder on this Gnar. So. Yeah, so no objectives up right now. Again, I think the Gnar should be bottom. We do have Nova hitting that tower.
Well, it looks like they're going for something on this mid lane. Yeah. Or they just bounce them around. Gnar still being hit here is wasting a lot of time.
I mean, they're getting damage on the bot because they're seeing Gnar mid and they're like, oh wait, maybe we should go mid as well. But Gnar is now heading back up the top lane. But yeah, I think Gnar should be boss, Ahri should be top, and then you should be mid. Because Braum Kaisa, or Braum Zyra, you have Flame going in, go ahead and top the board. He's going to be sent out going down. The Braum does almost block that. Braum does come out, but they're behind it, and they don't have enough, and that's going to be the hook from Bob. It's going to be Flame going down as well, B picking that one up, his first kill of the game. And yeah, the thing about this is, they have this early game lead, and actually a really nice play, mechanically intensive play there.
Oh my god.
Is Bob going to be able to get out of this one? Is actually able to jump to Nova there. But
I gotta give a shout out to Exploder for that play.
That was pretty impressive, actually. But Sunfire Cape first item while resting that.
I don't agree with that.
Yeah, you're not playing to the potential of that character. But yeah, great play there from Exploder. And I think this is going to be the second game in a row that we've seen Nocturne kind of pop off. So we might see moving forward into the season Nocturne being a priority pick out to take some bandages.
Having the Nocturne be so far ahead is such a massive problem, if you ask me. This means that the Gnar can't 1v1 the Nocturne. If he gets engaged on the side lane, he dies. They can't apply the right pressure to the side lane, so it seems like their only choice is to push 5v5, which is exactly what TGF.
And honestly, if the Nocturne wasn't this far ahead, I really think with Galio's ult that the Gnar could actually 1v2 in the side lane. Just with being able to pop that ultimate and without proper CC level.
We see another Infernal Drake, but it seems like it's gonna go to the ASCII boys.
I mean, they're kind of walking out of this. They're a little bit scared, and they unfortunately, I don't think they know the down. We'll have to see if we're resting that. Just go for a caution on there. He's going to be able to get that. But it's going to be a massive Gnar ultimate. Wolf be finding a lot of damage here. And a beautiful Zinzao ultimate stopping a lot of the projectiles coming in. Miragami does finally pick off ultimate Bofei. Going to resurrect onto the Galio. Galio coming back down straight onto the Braum, who is trying to solo kill the Kaisa. And what looked really, really good for the ASCII boys turns out to be, unfortunately, almost a quadra kill for V. And yeah, this is the power of this Kaisa. He's been going for this kind of weird Storm Razor build, went for like Kaisa. That might look really good, but the fact is that Ahri's behind the Zinzao is falling behind now as well, and isn't able to be as aggressive as he wants to be, especially since he's going for a second. And it looks like the Gnar is going to be going Black Cleaver next. But again, lane assignments. Send the Gnar bottom, please. Especially with the dragon being down. Yeah, the dragon was down. So the dragon evened it up, but ooh, that fight was really close. But yeah, I think Bob, or not Bob, but Sundays Chicken got a little bit tunnel vision there, trying to find the kill onto the Kaisa. Kaisa didn't even go Flash. Actually, Flash is up pretty much across the board for TGFP, so pretty stable fight for them. Kaisa picking up Mitsu's now means, you know, this early game that's been pretty rough for left parentheses, hyphen, right bracket, comma, apostrophe, equal sign, is going to turn into an even rougher late game.
I think one thing they really need to think about is what is the next objective that we're going to be fighting for, right? You want to put your top laner on the opposite end of that. You want them to be pushing the lane that your entire team is not going to. The lane that they can just sit in and farm, right? Because the TP is such an impact that you want your bot lane in the same place that the objective is.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they're going to quite go for Baron just yet. I think it is possible for the Exploder and arresting that to do it at this point with the Queen Suze and her early game damage. But yeah, I don't agree with Gnar being up here. He should really be in the bot lane. And I think being able to pull their bot lane away from this, and also giving the Xayah and the Braum an opportunity to leave this lane and find proper vision and find more CS. So it looks like it is going to be. They're just going to give up this tower. I think the Exploder go ahead. The Xayah ult as well. The Feather Recall gets flashed out. The exhaust is way too late from Sundays Chicken there. I might try to finalize that one. The flash does come out. Good tanking there from the side of TGFP. And Exploder just doing his best to take this one out. And doing so much damage in this process. Going for Sterek.
This is exactly what the Gnar do. There's almost no way that the Galio kills him. Anyone sees the Nocturne bot, he immediately engages on the Galio with all he's got.
And I think Ahri should be here. Like, Ahri is not going to get beaten. And I think Ahri should honestly be pressuring out this Galio. He's building full tank. He has no mark. Like, the Ahri can one-shot this guy, but, you know, you just, this requires proper communication and also knowledge of lane assignments. And right now it doesn't seem that, you know, even though, like, Ragnar was on the gold team and, like, should know these things, that they're able to kind of activate on that knowledge. Because Flame should know that he should be able to honestly, not being able to roam on Ahri is really rough.
The way that the ASCII boys make it back into this game is by abusing the Galio,
yeah,
in my opinion.
The fact that the Galio is really, really questionable.
Yeah, he looks very tanky, and he has a small MR shield, but if Ahri lands a full combo on him, he just dies.
I think it would be really interesting to see Nargo bot bring the Galio down bot as well, and just have Ahri shadow and pull the Nocturne down there, and then when Nocturne ults, just have Ahri go in. And I think that's the way that they could win that 2v2, and just allow the rest of the team to maintain proper vision and not. The Blitzcrank is hard again not to get unified, but I think that's honestly probably the best macro decision that the ASCII boys can do right now. Is they want to be able to beat Paranoia into a death, because they really need to shut down Exploder. The fact that he has 6 kills, I mean, I think what is that next item going to be from Exploder?
Could be Winsus, could be maybe Bork, could also be a Last Whisper. Is that right? No, that's
Last
not right.
Does not
Wit's End, maybe?
Wit's End.
Not Wit's End either. Probably gonna be Blade of the Room.
Yeah, probably Bork. Honestly, I don't think he needs it since they're not even that TP. Maybe even going for it. Because you can stack up Queen Suze. Like, you can stack up Queen Suze on the jungle camps and then ultimately you have the
Well, they're going for a gank on Gnar here.
Yeah, and again, this is what they should expect. Like, they should expect
Way
yeah. And the fact is that right now, the ASCII boys aren't even, they're not being proactive, but they're also not even being reactive. Like, they're just letting these things happen. Look, is going to miss.
I think it was just RE Charm.
RAW? I don't know.
It's like
These skins. But, okay, now I got... Again, I think with proper lane assignments, you're able to continue this game out, which is kind of what the ASCII boys need to do, because they need to get to 2 to 3 items right now. And, I mean, Ari should be able to one-shot the Kai'Sa right now, but isn't even anywhere near her. Imagine, like, when that Paranoia came out and the Kai'Sa ults in. Imagine if Ari was there. You know,
yeah, that
like,
Nocturne dies.
That Nocturne dies, or even the Kai'Sa dies. But, you know, they're not predicting that thing, but it's like, it's what the Nocturne is going to do. And, like, you know, you should, honestly, you should know the timer on it. And you should be writing down the timer. You should know it's going to be up in 20 minutes.
So we have another important break coming up, which is really unfortunate.
Yeah, I think TGFP is going to do the hook is going to come out, putting it in here, something like that one. Shot. Beautiful double shot there. That's going to be a 4-man Gnarl. Gnarl isn't quite mega, but this is going to be a lot of damage here. The Xayah ult does come out. It's going to be the Zilean getting his ult onto the Nocturne there. There's going to be the Gnarl, which comes out way too late, but a 3-man stun from the bombs right there is going to be massive for the side of TGFP. Jarigami finding a ton of damage there. The E, and I think this bomb is going to finally kill him off. I think there was a triple kill for Jarigami, so a massive
in that fight is absolutely insane.
That looked so good for the ASCII boys, though. That was such a close fight. If Flame wasn't hooked, and if Wolfie had his Mega Gnar a little bit sooner, he would have been able to get like a 4-man Gnar ultimate, and it was so close. And actually, I really like the Xin Zhao in these team fights because it actually shuts down the Xayah quite a bit because it blocks those projectiles, his ultimate. But
we saw the Kai'Sa go down at the very beginning of the fight, which you would think would end the fight right there. But with the strength of the Zilean, we saw the fight go over to the TGFP.
Yeah, and yeah. You gotta play around those bombs, or you gotta look for the Zilean. The fact that the Zilean ultimate was used on the Nocturne and the Zilean was still alive, and you had, let's see, we have any summoners up? I mean, not really, but like the Xin Zhao's flashing. So like, why isn't Xin Zhao flashing onto the Zilean? The later this game goes, the more CDR you're gonna have being picked up by the Zilean, which means the ults are gonna come out sooner. I think once every 25 seconds or something crazy. And again, this Kai'Sa, even with this kind of is scaling.
From the ASCII boys, it was a really strange fight. We saw that they waited until the Fire Dragon was taken.
Yeah.
And then they were still hanging around the area.
Yeah.
Which is odd.
I think they felt compelled to fight. You know, they were like, oh, we're here, you know, we might as well do it.
I think you should either choose to give up the objective or commit fully to the objective.
Yeah.
It seemed like there wasn't a decision made there, and as a result of that,
you're gonna have to. You're seeing the Gnar finally decide that he needs to start going tanky, so picking up the Warden's mail.
I would have liked to see the Gnar, instead of going for Blade of the Rune King first item, just build Black Cleaver into a tankier item.
Yeah, I think he needs to commit. He either needs to go for the Black Cleaver tank, or he needs to go into like another aggressive, even like a Hex. So, like, not versus that team, but like I think there's opportunity for him to become a split push monster and pull this Nocturne away. Even though the Nocturne is massive, it looks like the Nocturne does finally pick up his form. You need to be able to pull pressure, and right now the purpose of this Gnar was supposed to pull pressure. And because of the ability for Galio to use his global, it's going to be pretty rough. So if you have Nocturne in this mid lane, we're going to have Bofi continuously push out this Gnar.
Is Galio building a broad range right now?
Or maybe an Abyssal Mask. Most likely an Abyssal Mask.
If it's not an Abyssal Mask...
I don't know if anything else. We're going to see Bob look for a hook here, just running on straight in. Honestly, like, Bob hasn't... I mean, other than, like, the 2 pokes that come from actually, the 2.
That hook was pretty decisive.
Yeah, and yeah. I don't like using an ultimate like that as well. especially since this guy's you're not going to do that much damage. I mean, you have this 4-on-4 in the top lane. You are trying to pressure out this Galio. The nice thing right now is the ASCII boys have TE advantage. They can look for a fight and have it be a 4v5. And if they're able, if he is able to chunk out this Galio, it means that when he ults in, he's going to be very, very low. I think the ASCII boys know that, but they're just going to try to secure vision on this red side and make sure that they're not going to be sneaking any Baron anytime soon. They also probably want to wait for Xayah IE before they fight. It's a pretty big item for them to get. Honestly, not much. They're not doing anything. And the way that they do this is just continuously go bot and off this Gnar. But I think they're a little bit scared of the Baron potential from the rest of the team. So, Nocturne just continuously staying top side. Being able to clear out that vision, it just means that Nari can just stay in that box. I think he was going to back. Yeah, he was going to go ahead and back.
That's a mistake from the Gnar. If you know the Nocturne is top, you know that you can keep pressuring your lane in the same way that you have them, you shouldn't back in that lane.
I think he wants to finalize the Randuins before there's a fight that he has to team. Which I kind of agree with, and there is kind of a lull in pressure on the side of TGFP, just continuously pushing up this mid lane. We do have the Runons finally being picked up from places.
You see that Gnar still has the TP.
Yeah,
so
he
should
be able to
run
push
back
that.
bot mid.
Is he not?
Back, sorry,
mid.
back.
Yeah, he should just be bot right now. I think, the problem with the ASCII boys is that they're playing TGFP's game right now. They're following them around the map instead of making their own plays around them. Yeah, the Gnar should be bot, and the Gnar should be not staying with his team. Right now, he is not gaining gold, he is not gaining XP, he is just standing in the mid lane. Now, it looks like they are going to be pinging the Cloud Dragon. This is going to be an opportunity, since they're just going to give away this Cloud Dragon over to the ASCII boys to go ahead and clear out vision and hit.
I think that's
Which I think is a worth trade. I think they're going to stay. I really hope they're going to stay.
They have the potential for cheese.
They're going to look for a bait. Mega Gnar is up, which is really, really bad timing. Because if he TPs into a fight, it's going to be down, and then it's what, like a 45-second cooldown or something
I think
like that?
the responsibility of the ASCII boys right now is to not get hooked, pressure them enough so that they won't want to look for a fight.
Yeah.
And let the Gnar push down that tower.
Yeah, they really need to gain mid-priority here. Oh my gosh, it does look like Galio is going to go ahead and back. So they are respecting the split push from the side of Gnar, but without mid-priority, this tower is just going to go down. So another tower going to the side of TGFP. Honestly, a really close game. I mean, when you look at the kills, you think it would be a lot, like a lot harder. But the fact that you have this 80 CS lead on this Gnar, and 30 CS lead in the mid lane, I mean, there's only a 2k difference between these two teams.
This is
Gnar might
start.
get caught out here, but he should know. There's a lot of people here. Go to Baron. Go to Baron. Go to Baron.
Yeah, Gnar can stall out.
Now they're going to know. They're going to finalize this. Looks like he's going to TP out. That is a very, very greedy TP. They should be backing off of this Baron because they do not win this Baron, as this is an incredibly greedy play from the ASCII boys. And I don't think it's going to happen. Another hook onto flame, an instant kill. Yuriami is godlike. I think this is ultimate coming out as well. It does, yeah, that's going to be Nocturne picking up 2 kills. And I don't even think that Wolfie, that's going to be game. That was a really bad macro play from the ASCII boys. They tried to make the right call, but I think Exploder knew it was coming. They just had to keep up that Baron vision. But the fact that there was a pink there, I just think that.
We see 5 people go bot for Gnar. But the moment that Gnar realizes they're no longer on him, that's when you need to disengage from the Baron. There's no way you win that 4v4. Gnar can't TP because Galio's still on.
Yeah, and honestly, they didn't have the damage. I mean, I feel like they weren't gonna. I don't think they were gonna be able to kill that fast enough. I think if Gnar maybe was able to grab the attention away from the Nocturne somehow by like. But the fact is that even though they had the pressure on the bottom and that there was nobody at the Baron pit, they walked into the Baron knowing that they were going to do it, and they were already. So it meant that they weren't able to clear out the vision enough so that they were able to see. I think that if there wasn't a pink there, they might have been able to. They might have been able to. But all TGFP's side has by splitting the attention, he was really bad by both and honestly, he should have just continued. He tried to. You should try to be an annoyance. Playing it like a series, you're just trying to pull as much attention to you. But that right there, yeah. Or a wit's end. Might be a wit's end. Actually.
Might be a wit's end.
Nothing else but that.
I guess he's probably just fully engaged on the fact that he wants to win this side lane, but he can't really do that anymore. The enemy team having Baron with basically everyone on the enemy team, including some of their major item builds.
It's really disappointing because I feel like the Aston was definitely going to have high macro TGFP in this game, but I think the item builds as well as the assignments just led to this massive build deficit, and then that Baron. I think that they could have like kind of made a decline now. So,
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
yeah, I mean that's the main thing. And this is something. This is gonna be the same thing that happened last year. Can you? That's just gonna be that's gonna be a massive taunt there from arresting that not doing any damage to the ultimate. And I think this is just going to be the game. Another great ultimate there from arresting that and trying to find the hook onto Wolf and Bofi here. And I think that is going to be a triple kill for the Kaisa. So, yeah, I agree. They need to look for an engage there. Again, the biggest thing this game, I think. Okay, it's like, yeah, don't get me wrong. Even though you can actually die. Yeah. But, yeah, I think ASCII Boys, they had the right mindset with that game. And they could have made it happen, but they were playing TGFP's game. They never made any proactive plays that entire game, and it just meant that they just slowly lost when there definitely was an opportunity for them. I think the Gnar could have been massive that game, and I think the main thing is working on proper lane assignments. I think it was a really good game from TGFP, although I think proper builds as well as I think the bot lane could have stomped a lot harder. Bob only having less than 50% KP, just not having the most amount of impact on the map. So we'll be excited to see where these teams go forward. But right now we got 3 teams 1-0 and 3 teams 0-1. So we'll see the games next week. Go ahead and flip it over to here really fast. And yeah. So other than that, thank you very much for watching, those of you who watched. My name has been Jack Vertex Callahan. We'll be back next Saturday.
Next Saturday.
The 4th? Oh my god. The 6th. No.
6th.
No,
Oh.
the 29th. It's the 21st. The 29th with another 3 games, 3 exciting games. We'll be working on production and also trying to get more people up here and doing interviews and instant replays. So we'll be figuring that one out. What is your name?
I've been Xander T. Louis Zoo Louis.
You have been. You have previously. You have been Xander T. Louis.
Not after the war.
Not after the war. So thank you very much for watching. We love you all, and we will see you guys next week.